Welcome back to another episode of Game Ain't Free, but it is on Fridays. I am your host, one of many, and out of the many things I like to do, this is what we doing right now. We're giving some game away. You are welcome, and I am honored. What is an indie label? Do you need to go with a major label? And what are some of the benefits and some of the not so beneficial parts of both? So with the Game Ain't Free, this is a platform that we've created for us, for each other. And this is our opportunity to be able to add our ideas into the stirring pot of conversations around hip hop. Let's just get right into it. It's 2020, y'all. Do we need an independent label? Do we need a major label? What the fuck is a major? And why the fuck do they call them indie? If it's not Universal, if it's not Sony, if it's not Warner, 9 times out of 10, it's an independent label. The biggest thing you have in your favor is control. Anything else outside of that is like sitting down with your enemy, knowing damn well they don't have your best interest. They know you offer something in this lion's share of the music industry market that they will be able to profit off, exploit, and capitalize a little more than you. So reverse engineering, it's like, okay, whatever they offering you, you gotta ask yourself, what the fuck am I really worth? I'm not against the major labels, don't get me wrong. That is not what this breakdown is about. It's niggas out here paying mortgages off, out here putting their kids through school, starting businesses. So I'm not against it. Get your bag. All I'm doing here on the Game Ain't Free is breaking down if you need a major and if you don't need a major, right? So let's just break it down. You just started a record label. We got the motherfucking hits records. That's what it's called. We got the motherfucking hits records. And then you sign yourself. Ain't that a record deal? Or am I tripping? Ain't that a record deal? So what's the difference? I just think it's no real methods, no real structure in independent record labels. I think independent record labels go off of their own experience and then they cultivate an approach to bring in their audience, to bring in the people that only want to fuck with that sound. Let me drop this down. You know my LWO got a show. There's no two independent record labels that you could be like, they operate their business just the same. But I guarantee you, the Sonys, the Warner, and the Universal, I guarantee you can find some similarities. And you're going to be in this big ass building, right? You got the machine behind you. Okay, now let's just leave that there. Famous words of Nipsey Hussle. Let's talk about the stairs. You didn't take the shortcut to get a record label and get your shit elevated, right? You took the motherfucking stairs. You might get stuck on a level. You get tired, nigga. You on the motherfucking stairs. You took the stairs, nigga. Like, you had to write your own fucking verse. You had to create your own social medias. You had to make your own motherfucking website. You had to market that shit yourself. You probably still selling CDs. You see where I'm going with this shit? As an artist in a major label, you're nothing short of talent. If you on a major label and you just the talent, man, let that talent slack up or people not really fucking with that shit you putting out no more. They got a shelf for you. So now everything they was promising you in the beginning of your career is kind of going. Just think the major labels offer more upfront and in reach. You'll be able to reach your Asia demographic a lot faster, right? Because I mean they got years of experience. As an independent artist, as an indie artist or indie label, there's a ceiling. Right? And you can have a mindset like, nigga, I ain't got no ceiling and I'm going to get as big as I want to get. Ain't nothing going to stop what I got going on. That could be true, bro. And more power to you. I really hope that you really make it. You got to know. The major labels have structured this industry to their benefit. And they so motherfucking cold, right? They got a clause G-checking Spotify. They like, look, nigga, I see what you're doing. And we can't get around this digital revolution. But what we will do is we'll make sure you don't have to wait so motherfucking long to reach where you trying to take your business. If you just give us a piece of that shit, you better not even think about trying to start a Spotify record label. Sign all these independent motherfuckers who putting all their music on your motherfucking site. You better not even think about doing that. We not just gonna sue you. we gonna pull all our artist music off of your sites, and then you won't have no traffic, right? Music don't end and begin with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, the music, bro, is much more broader than that, right? Because you got shit like movies, commercials, and these record labels, they embed with these motherfucking industry. When that notification go out, you know, from my Broad Jam that Broad Jam looking for aggressive ass song or whatever, it's like, yeah, I'm already knowing. Like, it's a major fucking artist that's probably getting that shit every fucking time. Come on, man, you owe me a favor. You better not send that shit over to that little local motherfucker. You will never do business again in this city. A lot of that shit go on Facebook now. Social media in general. Like, think about, the internet world has been leveraged, people. If you putting out content that you not putting dollars behind, forget about it. That organic shit gonna only get you to where you at right now. You know what I'm saying? They will bury your ass, right? They have algorithms in place now where they can tell that nigga ain't paying. You feel me? He might have 5,000 organic people, but he'll never reach beyond that. If you have valuable content and you giving that shit away, find another way to get paid throughout that free content. Like, even though here on the game ain't free, I'm dropping links, I'm showing pictures, I got my website up here. I know y'all not gonna pay for this free game. But if the game that I'm giving you is valuable enough for you to make a purchase later, it's worth it. If the major labels are so big and so important, why are we still creating these new digital business models that the labels are the first motherfuckers to take over? You know what I'm saying? I think the majors are feeling the heat. Ain't no thinking to it. I know they feeling the heat of the digital revolution. Why? Because every time there's a new form of technology coming out, all the major fucking companies got all their artist songs on there already. So it's like they was in a motherfucking deal room in the planning brainstorm session of it. Or are these fucking companies being ran by major fucking record labels with different names and business models to make up for some of that money, some of that revenue that they losing because the digital revolution has taken over physical sales? I don't know. That's why the game ain't free. That's why we on here. That's why we can debate. You feel me? Think about it. If they already was in bed with Spotify before you and I knew about Spotify, what the fuck is TikTok? Like, they know they have to find a way to stay in the front. They have to find a way to stay in the front to make them look like this is where you should end up, right? You can only play ball so long on the block, go to college, and the last resort is the NBA until somebody else makes something that's a substitute of the NBA, but just of greater good or equal. Internet leveraged the playing field of the music industry. So what the big industries did was they took a step back because they was naive to it in the beginning. Think about Napster. Think about MP3s. What the fuck is an MP3? It's an open format without encryption or copyright protection. And they may go over some of my people's head, and all they need to tell you is that type of shit is a threat to the music industry. So how do you make a fucking imprint or impression in the music industry? You create some shit that's gonna disrupt that motherfucker. You feel me? To the point where they damn near want to sue your ass. But that's how you gonna crack the code. That's how you gonna get in there. That's how it's gonna be majors versus the fucking indies. What the fuck can you do? If you can't cause they ass to drip sweat, then they don't give a fuck, right? Because I'm sure when Napster first was coming out, when the MP3 motherfuckers who created that technology came out, you know they took that shit to the majors. They're like, man, we got an idea. And we think this shit gonna take it to the next level for you, but we want to give it to you first because you're the biggest player in this shit. You know what I'm saying? What the major labels say. How much money involved, right? It couldn't have been that much money involved with them in the beginning because they didn't want the shit. Change in the industry, change in the music industry must account for change in their banks, right? So in the beginning, MP3s couldn't have accounted for change in the bank. It counted for change in the way consumers consume music, consume product. And the industry was like, well, looking at that, and this ain't to quote nobody, this is just my interpretations of it. Looking at that, they looked at that shit like, wait, so you mean to tell me with this new digital revolution and this advancement in technology, the record labels will no longer be the execs. That position will go to now the consumers of music. Right? The listeners, the buyers of music are now the execs, right? You know what I mean? They pick the talent. They see who's going to be up next, right? You get your views up, your likes up. They share your shit directly to their friends and family online. The industry, they ain't got no control of that shit. You just got to find your niche and deliver your shit directly to them. You know what I'm saying? And these labels know that shit. Meet the Less Work Bible, man. It's a fucking good look, too. You hear me? It's a fucking good look. It's a fucking good look. It's not being handed to you by radio no more, right? And the record labels, they feel this shit. On the old terms, the record labels, they were the major players, right? And the rappers, we was just customers. You know what I mean? Like, your customer gonna pay you. So in the beginning, they give you that loan, only for you to pay them later. But see, now that, like I said, the internet field has leveraged this market to the point where you could just straight to your studio, right? You record, you write your shit down, you record your shit, and share it with the world. And here it is. You can get booked now. You can be traveling around the world if your paperwork's straight. Before you can even start a business, you gotta just know what you want in the business that you're pursuing. Whether that's music, I don't give a fuck, real estate, whatever it is, what you want out of that shit. You know what I mean? Write your shit down. Like, set you some goals. Like, what am I trying to accomplish in this shit? And then be honest with yourself. Can I get this shit done on my own? And that of what you can, get that shit done on your own. Knock it out. Don't waste no motherfucking time, because time ain't on your side as an independent artist. It's just not. You don't have the luxury of them people that you can send an email to. This is what I'm trying to do. Reach out to my boy Dash. Reach out to Boss Lady if you're an artist in Madison, Wisconsin. Reach out to Roy Elkins if you're trying to get your music synced and licensed. Like, you don't have that luxury. You got to do all that shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I would say write down like what you trying to do as a, especially in Madison. If you're a rapper in Madison, Wisconsin, like, you got to know the major players, right? And just to name a few, like, okay, in radio, I would say if you're a major artist and you really trying to write down your plan, write down the resources of everybody that can help. I got a resource map, right? And some of the names on my resource map, they categorize under like what they do, how they can help me. So under my category in radio, I got work radio, right? You got so many different radio hosts under work radio. You got Boss Lady, you got Fanjacker Radio, and then you also got my boy Corey Dash Dub Radio 22. And he a perfect example of this independent shit, man. Like this vertical integrated shit, building around your own shit. Like Corey got Radio 22, Radio 22, Studio 22. He got all these things that, nigga, are for the benefit of local artists that rap or any artist, right? But he got all these things under one roof, but he know he couldn't just have one because it's so many different ways to engage to increase his value. You know what I'm saying? So you need people like Corey Dash Dub. You need people like my boy MP, Marcus Porter, Rick Jones, Ali Arranged Media. They do radio recording workshops for schools. Like, so if you got like an 8-year-old son or whatever it is, he into music, you get a virtual workshop out of them. You got, on the marketing side of things, you got Zent Events. That's Zandy and her sister Zoe. You got Shy Evans and UCAN. Like, get your buzz up. You got LUM Loom. Like, they right here in this city.
Hey everyone, this is Matt Jacoby from the Levin Music Career Center right here in Madison, where we help musicians become better entrepreneurs. I am a big fan of Brian and support what he's doing with Less Work, primarily because we share the same goals. We feel that music is more than just about music. It's about the business side. It takes a village to make music, to bring the community together and bring the music together. It always works better when we do things collectively and not against each other. So I invite you to check out mkt.com/lesswork.
If you try to do this on your own, nigga, I'm be the one to tell you, you doing it wrong, bro. You doing it wrong. I didn't name like 6 motherfuckers right here in the city of Madison right now. So whatever you trying to do on your own, you fucking up. What you need to be doing is fucking taking notes. How you create a campaign with all them individually for different things that you would need along the way of your career. That's how you gonna make it as an independent artist. That's what I'm doing. That's what I got Kilo doing. That's what I got all my teammates doing. You have to figure out what you in this shit for. Write it down on your plan. Indie versus major. Do you sign a deal? Do you say fuck a deal? Do you start a business? Are you a record label when you start your business? Are you trying to learn along the way? Are you trying to take the stairs? Are you trying to take the elevator? What you want? You feel me? Indie versus major. It's more like shortcut versus the way. You know what I mean? And what indies need, I hope the biggest takeaway I hope you take away from this is there is no proven template on how to be an independent artist or label. But there is a template with major labels. Once you sign, they have a certain way, certain guideline of how they like to do things, how they like to operate, right? That's the biggest benefit between indie and major, right? A major have a certain structure, certain resource pool that they can pull from. Indie is more so about where you at, tapping into the people that do what you don't in the industry that you operate in. I can go all day, y'all, but I gotta tell you, the game ain't free, but it is on Fridays. However you go, wherever you go, I hope you go big. I hope you go far, but I also hope you stay independent on your grind. Take the stairs, my niggas. Don't sell out. Don't sell in. Don't settle. Don't accept less. Expect greatness. Expect pressure. Expect excellence. Expect less work. I am one of many. Game ain't free, but it is on Friday.
It's Kilo, aka Skittles. I'm a local hip-hop artist residing out of Madison, Wisconsin. I do represent the brand called Less Work Lifestyle. Less Work stands for Less Emphasize Self-Service with Optimistic Resourceful Knowledge. Less Work is looking to operate as an in-house production company whose focus is strictly on local artists that rap and the business that we complement. Please check out Less Work at www.mkt.com/Less Work. That's LESSWORK. Thank you. Kilo. Love is love.
Looking for a leader, hope you find one in yourself. Learn from life lessons. Die with your confessions. Rate these niggas telling you would think that shit was selling. Real niggas still prevailing. What the fuck are they yelling? Ain't no pulling up to this location.